I think we're doing okay, though. I think it's fair to say. This is also the northern edge of the map, so I can't really go any further that way. I could put a tunnel through here, though, and put a forester right there. And then turn this into a farming area instead. Or have a forester here, put a tunnel, and make this a farming area. I might actually do that instead. Let's see if we can do this. So this needs to go to about there. Then we need to select a tunnel. And the tunnel needs to go to about there. And we need the road to go right up to the tunnel. And pretty much straight through. So we'll do that. We'll get that built at some point. And I think we will put a farming area out there. And we can actually connect it down here as well, which would be really neat. So let's have a quick look. The tunnel would go from there. Straight through. It actually connects it to this farming area as well, which is quite cool. So quite pleased about that. So we'll have that kind of connection right there. And I wonder, can I have like a... No, I can't have one down there. Fair enough. That should work out. That should totally work out. We've almost filled all 3 schools. I've actually just noticed that. We are getting a little bit low on laborers, which is a bit of a worry, but we have almost filled all of the schools. So that's kind of neat. We also have this up and running as well, which means we do have room for 4 more foresters. So we'll see how that goes. I am getting a little worried about the low number of laborers, I'll admit. We have also got a merchant here. So let's see, what have you got for me? Iron tools, I don't think we need them. I think we're good. Although I do think we're probably going to need another blacksmith at some point in the not too distant future. Just to be completely honest, I really think we're going to need another one at some point kind of soon. But we'll keep a little eye on that and see how it plays out. Anyway, let me go to priorities again. Let me say the tunnel is kind of a priority. And that tunnel is kind of a priority. Just so we can actually start getting through this hill. Because that seems like it's something we're probably going to want to do. So that we can start clearing this area out. Which is going to be a little bit ridiculous. I think we are going to need some stockpiles down here. I also totally could put another farm here. Just looking at it. And I think, honestly, I will. Just throw a crop field right there. So something like that. Something like that. It's just a little bit of extra space that we can use, and I think it's going to be good to use that space. So we'll use those at some point. This right here is actually done. Well, that's fantastic. So now that one needs built. Then we need to clear this whole area, which I guess I can give the order to do right away. So remove everything from that space. Absolutely everything from that space. And we have this area in here too to play with, so I'm kind of looking forward to turning this whole northern area into farming territory. That seems like it'll be kind of neat. Then this area down here stays somewhat industrial. It'll probably end up being a farming area as well. I mean, there's a fair bit of space down here. So we'll see how that works out. And also these houses still haven't even been touched yet. The tunnels are done though, so that's good news. I just, oh, the reserve of food is low again. Really? What were we on last year? 43 and 37? Come on. We're fine. We're totally fine. Get out of here with that. We are fine. I don't think food is that big of an issue. It's late summer anyway. The harvest is about to start. In fact, I think the harvest... Oh, you guys really don't get much of a yield. You guys really don't get much of a yield. You've got to be working far away, right? That or pumpkins are just kind of terrible. I'm honestly not really sure which it is. Either way, those yields are awful on those guys. The good news, though, we have 14 laborers. Let me go ahead and say 4 additional foresters. And let me say 2 extra builders as well, just because it seems like that would be a decent idea. Now, what do you have for me? You have some seeds, iron tools, squash seeds. Oh my god, we have over 700 firewood. That, I assume, is probably because of these guys. So that's amazing news. That is straight up amazing news right there. I'm really, really happy to see that. I'll tell you what I am also wanting to do here. A little road back here. And a little stockpile just there. Apparently I'm a jack of all trades. Okay. Not really sure what that's about, but I'll take it. Not really sure at all. But the good news is, like I said, this barn here is getting a lot of use. This one here is getting a lot as well, but I think having 3 storage barns right by these farms has turned out to be a good thing. These guys here all seem to be harvesting at a good rate. That barn's relatively full. That one's doing okay. This one up here, whole bunch of things in there. So I think the food situation is pretty decent at this point. I think we're okay there. I think it's fair to say we're doing all right. I really do think that's a fair statement. Let's take this road back here a little bit just to get access to the stockpiles. And let's do one down there as well. Just for a little bit of easier access to those stockpiles back there. And yeah, what these will do as well is these will provide some housing to the foresters out here and to the additional farmers and all that kind of stuff. So we should see a little population growth out this way specifically. Man, I really like this. I love that we especially have like this proper little central town area with a couple of, like, these farms weren't necessarily supposed to be permanent, but they probably are at this point. And then you have sort of like the green belt here and almost like another little town. I'd say almost because it's obviously not, but it's like, it's kind of like a little farming settlement, you know? They've got their doctor, they've got their storage, they got their houses, and that's kind of all they need. They're kind of happy out there with what they got. They're a simple folk from a simpler time. And that's okay. An outbreak of scarlet fever has occurred. Where has that occurred? Up there. Interesting. Okay. So you, I think, are already heading to the doctor, right? No. One of them did, but you are heading to your house first. Nice. Hello, kids. I've got the plague. Would you like some? I do hope that gets treated pretty well. It looks like it's going well. I mean, we're down to 1 and... none? Hello? None, please? Can this person... oh, no, we've got 2 people with it. Nice. It's spreading. Alright, well, we're dead. Hopefully not. I really hope we're not. I really don't want to die. We do have corn seeds here as well. I'll tell you what. I want one. I want to grow corn. So, 178 of this. And 100 of this. I don't think it's going to be enough, is it? No. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we've got a bit of leather. Got some textiles. We can do some wool. Do some venison. Maybe do like 100 of that. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's trade. It's not worth much. Never mind. So no venison. Wool. Let's say 50 of that. It's worth less than leather. Interesting. All right. Tell you what, we have a lot of iron. Let's go up to 200 of that. There we go. So hopefully we can get this to work. Because I'd really like that corn. So let's go 190 of you. And 122 of you. Hey, there we go. So take 2 of those off. Go to 120 exactly. And trade. All right. So what I'm curious about is whether or not it'd be worth getting corn instead of pumpkins. Although with that said, when this area is clear over here, we don't really have to choose. We can just do cornfields out there. Or down here as well, honestly. Down here might not be a bad place to try out corn. It would be fewer farmers as well. So maybe we'll have to do that. I'm not sure just yet. I'm really not sure just yet. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I think we'll leave those for the time being. We still don't have as many laborers as I'd like. We have a lot of students though, and we have a decent number of kids. So eventually, and I do mean eventually, we are likely to see a pretty good number of people become laborers. Because I think there was a summer a few years ago that had this massive, massive amount of kids born. So if they're all going through school at the same time, we should see, you know, a whole bunch of laborers at the same time as well. So that'll hopefully work out. With that said, I suppose we could go ahead at least and lay out the fields. So if we go there, we can do one big 15 by 15, and we're just going to put these as sort of tightly packed as we can get them. So that'll be 15 by, well, 10 by 15, that's fine. We'll have 15 by 15 here. And a 15 by 8 right there. And that one's actually ready to go, which is kind of neat. This one here can be 15 by, we'll do 14 by 14. Then on this side, we can do a few slimmer fields. So 7 by 15. We can probably get a 15 by 15 right here. Possibly something decent here. Or not. 15 by 7, that'll do. Then 15 by 4. Ugh, never mind. That'll work, though, what we have there. That'll hopefully work. And what we can do is actually head up there and say, get a storage barn. So a storage barn right there. At one end of this place. And a storage barn, I think down here. So honestly, let's maybe get rid of that field. And say we want a storage barn right about there. So a couple of storage barns either end of this place. And honestly, we probably could get a field here that's a decent size. Yeah, 9 by 12 ain't so bad. So that should work out. We've got 2 storage barns at either end. Both, you know, all the farms have good access to them. So that will probably work out kind of nicely. At least I hope it works out kind of nicely. And I'll tell you what, just because I'm curious, let's swap these out for corn and we'll put pumpkins in the other fields. So we'll see how that works out with some cornfields as opposed to pumpkins. Over here, like I said, these will be our pumpkin fields. So we'll wait for all of that to get done, and we're probably going to wait for a whole bunch of laborers to come in as well. Or, I hate to say it, maybe some nomads. I don't know. I don't want to say for sure that I'll get more nomads, because I'm slowly getting to the point where I'm like, I really don't know if we need them. You know what I mean? I'm really not sure. 198 members, 158 members. Probably going to need another chapel sometime soon as well. And more cemeteries as well. Do we need... We probably... I mean, we can get away without another school right now. I'm just thinking, are there any other buildings that we really urgently need that could go in the town center here? And I can't help but feel the answer is no, but I don't want to put houses, like, right next to the city hall. But I kind of feel like I'm going to have to. Because that's, like, the only thing we can really fit in here. And I want to fill up this space. Like, I really want to fill up this space. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe what we do is we can line this area in houses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again. Leave a gap of 1 and get the houses in. So maybe what we could do is maybe put another tavern over here and then just fill this space up with something else. So what we'd want to do is sort of stone roads double lining that square. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm sort of going to do something a little bit like decorative here. So this sort of thing. Just because I want this to look all nice-like. So something like this, just the whole way around, could look really nice. I think a bit of a dirt road in the middle as well could look a little bit interesting. And I'll tell you what, that whole middle bit can just be dirt road. So it looks almost, and I do mean almost, decorative. We'll do sort of similar here with a couple of strips of stone road and dirt road. And I know I could totally go and get colonial charter to help decorate a lot of this. I know it's got a lot of decorative stuff in there, and if not colonial charter, it's some mod pack at least has a lot of decorative stuff. But I don't really want to do that just yet. I've seen a lot of people asking why I didn't do colonial charter for this this series, and honestly, the answer is simply because I'm bad at it. I am actually really bad at colonial charter. I don't like how bad I am at it, so I kind of avoid it for that reason. With that said, I think at some point I might very well do like a live stream where we sit down and all together now learn colonial charter. That might not be a bad idea, because it gives me an excuse to sit down and learn it. And it means that as a YouTube series, it doesn't end up being utter garbage because we fail after 5 minutes. So we'll see. I'll have a little think about that. I'll definitely have a little think about colonial charter as a live stream thing. And I'll think about it for the future as well. I'm not saying right here and now that we're never doing colonial charter in Banished. What I'm saying is that it's not going to be, right after this series. That's the point, Maybe one day, just not today. That's the point. Anyway, I'll tell you what I am going to do. And this might be a little bit of a waste, but this field here, I'm going to do wheat. And I think on a couple of these smaller fields, I'm actually going to do wheat for all of them. Because I kind of like the idea that because we're going to have 2 taverns, right? And the only reason we're having 2 taverns is simply because, to be completely honest, there's nothing else to put in that space. And I kind of want my town square to look a bit more like a town square, so that's why. But what we can do with this is we can actually maybe supply them. So that's kind of a big deal to me. And I'll tell you what, we'll also go and do pumpkins, and we'll say, get me up to 103 farmers. Good lord. Good lord. We could very well get more fishermen in as well if we really wanted to. We really, really could. I don't think we're gonna, but we could. The option is definitely there. The option is 110% right there. Anyway, it looks to me like the cornfields are, like the crop is showing up a lot quicker than I think the what's the word, the pumpkins did. But I don't know if that has anything to do with like whether or not they grow quicker, so who knows? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But what I would like to do, builders, if you wouldn't mind, get that barn built for me, because that's going to be kind of important. These guys are actively going to be harvesting, so we kind of need the barn to be built before they start harvesting. And it is ready to go, and we do have 4 builders, so it's not like there's any excuse here. It's really not like there's any excuse. Just get it done. There we go. Alright, a little bit of construction going. Looks like it'll probably be a bit of a quick one. Iron tools as well, not bad. There we go. Alright, so that's done, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and just increase the priority on everything out here then. So all of that can get done as quick as possible. Wow, this is actually going super quickly. I really like how quick the wheat goes. And then, are you guys harvesting? No, they're not. They missed a bit. That's fine. Actually, the corn goes pretty quick as well. Not bad. I guess pumpkins are just a slow-growing fruit. That's alright, though. I'm not too worried about that. Not too worried. As long as the food supplies stay where they need to be. And I mean, it's 17,000 in summer. You know? So we are still producing a good 7,000 more than we are consuming. So I think it's fair to say we're doing alright. I think that's a fair statement. I do think that's a fair statement. Now you guys have started harvesting, which is good. We have a little bit of corn in there. A little bit of corn in there as well. A whole bunch of people dying. France has become a student. I mean, last I heard France was a country, but I'm not going to stand in the way of France and what France wants, so fair enough. I'd like to congratulate France on its journey towards education. I don't know. There's a joke in there. All right, there's a joke in there. I just couldn't find it. All right, I couldn't find it. We are having so many people die right now. I'm actually really concerned that we're down to 4 laborers. Chicken and sheep, no thank you. I'm really concerned that we're down to 4 laborers. You guys over here, how you doing? So there's definitely kids in there. And I mean, we do still have 36 kids. But I can't help but feel that 36 kids is still a fairly low number. That might just be me. I might just be wrongly assuming that's a low number, but it feels like that's a low number. So I really don't know if I should be worried or not. I guess we'll just have to pay more attention to the numbers we have around here and see what exactly we can do with them. But I don't know. I feel like we've made pretty solid progress thus far, to be honest. I feel like we've solved the problem with people freezing to death. I feel like, you know, we've got a full quarry and 2 full mines. We have solved the tools problem. We've solved the food problem. Admittedly, it looks like people are going to start freezing because the reserve of firewood is actually quite low at the minute, but that's a whole nother thing that we'll deal with. There's so much wood over here. We could probably just get away with another woodcutter in here. To be completely honest. I'll tell you what. Let's get another woodcutter over here. Right there. With a stockpile right behind. Because that seems like it'll be useful. An outbreak of typhus. Where is this? Over here. Right, you're near a doctor. If you wouldn't mind going to said doctor, that'd be great. Go on. Get in there before you infect everybody. Thank you. Alright. Oh, these are all up and nearly ready to go. Okay, not bad. Definitely not bad. We have a little bit of ale, a little bit of wheat. Everything seems to be going alright. We have 3 people infected with typhus currently. I'm assuming they're all... We have 5 people. I really shouldn't have put the school next to the hospital. I'm realizing the massive flaw in the town design here. Like, this is a critical design error. At least it feels like one. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll manage. I hope we'll manage. I really hope we'll manage. Let's see. So this is ready to construct, which is good. So we'll let that go ahead and do its thing. Why do we still have 22 builders? I'm trying to work... What? Oh, it's all of this. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So they're doing all the houses. That's fair enough. We'll let them do that. We are, again, kind of low on laborers. I think when these builders are done, we can probably go ahead and get them out of the building job and into the labor job. But these houses as well, they should give us a population boost. And we should see the number of kids climb up again. And I really hope that'll be... I really hope it'll be a significant climb. Otherwise, things are going to get really awkward as the population plummets. Let's see. Nothing that I'm interested in. Just a food supply. Nothing too important. How was last year? 50,000 produced. Good lord. That's ridiculous. Oh, I love it. I do love it. I absolutely do love it. Let's see. So that's getting built. What else is getting built? I guess this is getting built as well, isn't it? So once this is built, this should probably solve a lot of the, like, there's so much wood in storage around this main part of town. There is so much in storage. We also need another brewer. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So let's see. Now this will be under construction. It'll be done momentarily. There we go. So we'll go down to 2 builders. We'll go up to another woodcutter. And we'll stick with 2 builders. Because I think that'll be okay. And what we can go ahead and do is say, let's just go through and upgrade a whole bunch of these houses. Let's see if we can upgrade this island completely. So we'll see how that goes. There's a few people that are homeless. That's obviously a bit of a concern. But, well, I'll tell you what. Can we cancel this upgrade? Sure. We'll cancel that upgrade. There's only 2 people that are homeless. We'll cancel that upgrade. No, there's no one that's homeless. We'll get those 5 upgraded to start with. Then we'll do the last 2, and then everything should be gravy. Hopefully. Oh, you want apples? No. You're going to be using... We could use pears, actually. We have got pears. Somewhere. We have pears... I don't know. Somewhere. We usually have... We have 2 fields. We have 2 orchards that are doing pears. So... I'm sure we'll manage to get some ale from pears. Get a bit of pear cider going. Something like that. Bit more of a fan of apple cider myself, but... You know. Bit of pear cider nonetheless. Anyway, we'll let the builders do that. I'm trying to stay on top of every little thing going on, and I'm kind of... I'm liking zooming out and just looking at everything we have right now. I really am. Also, we hit the fuel limit. Let's send that up to 2,000. Let's get the fuel limit up to 2,000 there. So they can keep going nuts on that. We have enough wood to do it, so... We'll let everybody sort of do their thing. I'm really loving the fact, though, that we've managed to completely turn everything around. That's really cool to me. What I think I will do, though, is I will grab another 100 of those, and I'll give 100 of those in return. I definitely don't think it hurts to purchase some steel tools from time to time. I definitely don't think that's a bad thing. Also, have we filled... We filled almost all of the cemeteries, even though we built a couple of new ones. That's a little crazy. I'll tell you what. What about a cemetery back here? Too small. Interesting. Alright, we can do one there. It's not super big, and it's directly attached to the school. So, I mean... I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. No, I don't think I do. I think a couple of houses over here could be an idea, though. So something like... I don't know, something like that. You know, just fill up the space a little bit, make this area look a little different. You know, maybe to throw another stockpile there. We could throw a stone path straight through there and there with a little dirt path down the middle. And then we could probably get a couple more houses back there, honestly. Yeah, we totally can. So that one, and that one. And it just fills up the area. It just fills up the area kind of nicely. In fact, we could probably go one further. Let's see, let's go for you there. And you right there. So again, just fills up the area really, really nicely. We'll get some people living in there. We'll get a bit of a population boom. Some of the people that work in the area can live in the area, and it just seems good. Man, I love this. I'm really, really pleased with this. I'm really pleased that it's kind of turned around. I did just notice that the amount of firewood completely plummeted, though. I'm wondering if that's probably just a winter thing, I imagine. I hope that's just a winter thing. Also, these are all done already. Good lord, that was quick. All right, upgrade these. And then that whole middle island's done. Good lord, this is going so much better than I ever thought it would. I'm really so happy with this. I really, really am. I'm kind of taken aback a little bit. Squash seeds. We could go squash seeds. That would be something else to go for. I mean, I guess. So like one of those and 200 iron plus we need like 150 leather that we don't have. So I mean, so 140 of that is not quite enough. We kind of really need that 150, and I don't know where we're going to get it from. Also, nomads have arrived at the town hall. Do I dare? That's kind of the question here. Do I dare with the nomads? I don't know. I'm going to have a little think about that. I really want someone to come along here with resources, though. Just a little bit more leather and we get the squash. Oh, forget it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let me have a look at these nomads. 22. You know what? We survived it before. We'll survive it again. Let's do it. We've done it once before. We can absolutely do it again. Let's just go for it. And let's say this is going to be peppers, and this is going to be peppers. We need a bunch more farmers. This right here is going to be, I don't know, corn? I think we'll do a couple of big cornfields out here. Because why not? And we need a whole bunch of farmers. So 119 leaves us with one laborer. Maybe not. Maybe not that extreme. 4 laborers seems enough. We'll go down to 1 builder. And we'll see how that goes. But that is a bunch more farms up and running, so that is actually going to be kind of good news. I am a little concerned about these guys being considered homeless, though. I mean, I guess when these get upgraded, they'll probably not be considered homeless anymore, right? They might end up living in the boarding house, but they'll not be technically homeless. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see what happens. Either way, looking at production for last year, it was almost 10,000 higher than what we were consuming. So I think it's fair to say, I mean, we're producing almost our limit of food every year. So let's throw the food limit up to 500,000 so that we never hit it. And let's just see what happens. I mean, I doubt we're going to see any farmers come out here to do any work this season on the new fields. Which is totally fine. That's kind of to be expected. But, man, I'm so pleased that we're hitting almost our limit every year. That is nuts. Also, I love that this green belt is properly kind of expanded at this point. Like, it's nicely, densely packed with trees. That's really cool. I do really like that. We could probably get another forester out here. I don't think we need another forester right now. I'm going to be completely honest. I think down here, I would like to put a couple. And at some point, I'd really like to throw foresters in here completely decorative. Like, I want to put a forester, like, up here somewhere to put trees in any empty spaces around town. I think that would look really cool. Although it would be completely pointless. But it would look good, you know? And it's me, right? It's me. Of course, I'm going to try and make things that look good, so you're going to have to deal with that. That's just the way it is. That is just the way it is. Gonna just have to deal with it. Now let me see, my builder at the minute, what are you doing? You are sorting the roads, okay. That's fair enough. There are a lot of roads that need sorted at the minute, so the builder is gonna be busy for a while, and I think honestly I'm gonna let the builder just do their thing. I think letting the builder just do their thing is gonna be super important because this road up here isn't done yet. The roads going out here aren't done yet. So I think it's going to be important that they all get done. Do you have anything interesting? Firewood is interesting, but I don't think we need it. I think we got very close to 2,000 firewood at one point there. Interestingly, this whole area here is like completely empty of wood. That's interesting to see. Good thing is this whole area here is still quite densely packed with it, so I think we'll be all right. I think it's fair to say that we'll be all right. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today. I do have a question. Where do we go from here? And I'm not saying that the series is done. I'm not saying I'm bored, because I'm not. I'm actually really enjoying just stepping back and looking at a lot of this right now. But what kind of expansions do we want to see? Because obviously, there is a lot of room down here. There is a lot of space down here. And honestly, I could build a whole nother town down here if I wanted to. There is a lot of space we haven't touched. So what I'm thinking, at least, is we try and at least build around the lake. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, no laborer available to replace some fishermen there. That's a bit of a worry. We'll figure that out. Either way, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you, Ken, for watching. This has been Banished, part whatever it is. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.